I've always been a skeptic. Ghosts, the paranormal, all those late-night ghost stories for kids, they were so far removed from my reality. But what happened a couple of months ago changed my life forever. It was an ordinary evening, nothing out of the ordinary. I came home late from work, exhausted. All I wanted was to crawl into bed. I live alone, in an old house on the edge of town, quiet and isolated. When I bought it a couple of years ago, I was drawn to its seclusion, its history. But now that silence and isolation felt suffocating. That night, I went to bed around midnight. I fell asleep quickly, but then a sound woke me. Faint, barely noticeable at first, but in the stillness of the night, it felt deafening. It was a soft rustling, like someone or something was walking through my house. Just the wind, or mice, I muttered to myself, pulling the blankets up tighter. But then it came again, louder, closer. That wasn't the wind. I forced myself out of bed, my pulse quickening. As I approached the door, I hesitated. Should I open it? My mind raced. I finally turned the knob. Creak. The house was engulfed in darkness. The sound stopped immediately. I stood there, frozen, listening. The silence was unbearable, thick like a presence of its own. Just when I was about to retreat, tap, tap, something moved behind me. "Who's there?" I whispered, my voice cracking. "Nothing." I shook my head. "I'm just imagining things." I returned to bed, convincing myself it was just the house settling. But the second I lay down again, scrape, scrape, the noise started again, this time from right outside my bedroom door. My heart raced. I sat up, clutching my phone for light, trembling. I switched on the flashlight and pointed it at the door. Seconds passed. Nothing. My nerves were on edge, convincing me it was just my mind playing tricks. And then I saw it. Out of the corner of my eye, a shadow. Quick, too quick to be human. Something darted past the door. "That's not possible," I muttered. "I locked all the doors, right?" I cautiously approached the door again, slowly turning the handle. The beam of light from my phone pierced the darkness, illuminating an empty hallway. Silence. The scratching was gone, but the fear lingered, crawling beneath my skin. I had to check the rest of the house. Living room, fine. Kitchen, untouched. Bathroom, empty. I started to calm down when suddenly whisper. A soft, unmistakable whisper. Coming from above? I don't have an attic, but I remembered there's an old ventilation shaft. Maybe it was just the wind, but then I heard it again. Clearer, louder, a voice. "Come closer." My throat went dry. I couldn't move. My eyes were glued to the vent, and that's when I realized it was calling my name. I slammed the door shut, locking it. But the whispers didn't stop. They grew louder, overlapping like voices echoing from every corner of the room. Panic clawed at my chest. No. I grabbed my keys and bolted out the front door, not stopping until I reached my car. That night, I crashed on a friend's couch. I haven't been back to that house since, but something hasn't let go of me. Every night, no matter where I sleep, I hear it. That same whisper, that same voice, calling my name. Stories may end, but the fear remains. Subscribe to uncover more secrets hidden in the darkness. Until we meet again in the world of nightmarish shadows.